tension members. In this, I have first shown all the clauses given in IS 800 related with tension members. And then we are with 7 problems, out of which 2 problems are on tensile strength of plates. In that, first problem is related with your chain bolting. Second problem is related with your staggered bolting. The next 3 problems we are with analysis of angle sections. So first problem we have unequal angle section with bolted connection. Second problem, unequal angle with welded connection. And third problem, equal angle section. So we have calculated tensile strength of the given member. And last 2 problems we are with the design. One problem we are with design by using bolted connection. And last problem we are with design by using welded connection. Now we have this section 6, which deals with your tension members. And here they have mentioned, if you will read this clause carefully, then you are going to be with this, that such members can sustain loads up to the ultimate load, at which stage they may fail by rupture. So first, if we will see in which axial forces cause elongation, and then we have this will be a rupture at critical section. Then however, second we have the gross area of the member yields, and third, if we will see, you have block shear strength. So these 3 criteria we have to study for tension members. Now here T less than TD. If we will go for compression, then we have P less than PD. In flexural member, we have M less than MD, because first term we are with external loads. So now T we have external tensile force, and our TD, which is design strength of the member, and that should be greater than the tensile force in the member. Now, as I mentioned, we have to take TD is the lowest. This is most important, and that lowest of, you can see first, that is yielding of gross section TDG, then rupture at critical section TDN, and block shear TDB. And these are given in clauses 6.2, 6.3 and 6.4. Now 6.2, if you will see, then 6.2 we have TDG equal to AG Fy upon gamma MO. AG we have gross area of cross section, Fy we have yield stress, and gamma MO we have partial safety factor. And from this we will get that design strength by using yielding of cross section. Now if we will go to clause number 6.3, then you can see this is due to rupture at critical section, but we have 6.3.1 for plates, 6.3.2 for threaded bolts, then 6.3.3 for angles, and 6.3.4 for double angles. Then we have this TDN, that is given as 0.9 AN FU upon gamma ML. Now in this FU we know gamma ML table 5. We should know all the tables. Table 1 we have, that is properties of materials. Table 2, that is width to thickness ratio. And from this we are going to coming to know the classification of section, that is plastic, compact or semi-compact. Then if we will go to table 3, which is your effective slenderness ratio, then 4 and 5, these are for partial safety factors. First for load, second for materials, and that is given here partial safety factor, that is gamma ML. Now if we will go to table 6, we have deflection criteria. Table 7, imperfection factor, which we have to use in compression member. Then if we will go to table 8, then table 8 we have reduction factor. Then if we will switch over to table 9, then table 9 we are with FCD. So if we will go to table 10, then table we have buckling class. Table 11 we have effective length. Table 12 we have K1, K2, K3, which we have to use for single angle compression member. Then table 12, that will be given K2, K3. Table 13, if we will go, you have FBD, which we have to use in flexural member. Then table 14, if we will see, which will be FCR. Table 15, we have effective length for simply supported beams. So we have these 15 tables we have to use in steel structures. So here we have AN equal to B minus NDH plus summation PS I square upon 4B 4G and T. So this term, if we will see, we have to go this term only when we have connection as staggered bolting. So if your connection that is chain bolting, then we need not require to go for this term, and we have to use only first two terms. Now staggered bolting that is given in IS, and we are in this way. Now this summation means if I have this as one gauge length, then one will be there. Then if we have two gauge lengths, means two inclined lines, so then we have 2. So here we have 4. So we have to go by 4 P square upon 4G. That term we have to consider. Now, single angles, we have TDN 0.9 ANC FU upon gamma ml. You can see we have same 0.9 AN FU upon gamma ml. First part as it is, only change we have NC, that is net area of connected leg, plus beta AGO. This part we have added, which is your outstanding leg. So connected leg we are nearly same, but we have to add this, that is outstanding leg. And now in this beta term that plays very important role, we have B in this W, which is your outstanding leg. T we have thickness, F we have yield stress, Fu we have ultimate stress, BS. So now if we will go for bolted connection, BS we have W plus WL minus T, and WL if we will see, so WL we are going to be your gauge distance, we can say, for bolts. So if I will draw this, and we have connected leg this one, so this distance we are going to say as WL, and this value generally ranges from 0.252 or 0.53 to 0.57. So these terms plays very important role. And then we have, you can see this BS W plus WL minus T, and for welded connection, so we have BS directly equal to W. Then we have LC, that is length, which is center to center distance between the end bolts. So we have this beta we have to calculate. We will not again explain when we will go for the problems. Then TDB we have two criterias. AVG we have, that will be area. AVG and AVN, you can see these are bolt line parallel to the external force. So this is along the pitch, and ATG and ATN, these are perpendicular, means these are along the gauge. And FU, FY, we have already known this. So now we have, these are the diagrams given. This is for bolted connection. You can see here 6.4.1 is for bolted connection. And here, if you will see, this will be the length, and this length into thickness will be AVG. If I will subtract these bolt holes into T, means this length minus bolt holes into T will be AVN, and this length into T, which will be ATG, and if I will subtract holes from this length, then that will be ATN. Now you have to keep in mind, this length we have to consider till center of this bolt, that is end bolts. Now this failure, that is always opposite to the thickness of the angle section. So we should be very careful with this. So above length we have WT, and below length if you will see, then I will say if this distance we have B or D, then we have this length, that will be B minus WT, that we have to consider to calculate. So B minus WT, and that is into thickness, and this we have to take for calculation of ATN and ATG. And then we have this welded connection. We have to consider by appropriate section in the member around the end weld, which can shear off as a block shear. So now welded connection when we have and block shear strength, we will get larger one. So now we will go with the problem. So first problem we have with chain bolting, and we have plate 130 by 12 mm and 16 mm bolts we have considered, which are given in the problem. So we have these bolts given, and we are interested to determine the strength. And then we have seen we have minimum of the three: yielding, rupture, and block shear. Now first we will go for yielding of cross section, which will be TDG, which will be AG Fy upon gamma mo. AG we know 130 into 12, which will be 1560 mm square. Fy we know gamma mo from table 5, and that will give us value 354.54 kilonewton, which will be first one. Now go for rupture at critical section. Now rupture at critical section, we have to consider this critical section 1 or 2 we have same, means 2 we are along this. So as chain bolting, so we have to see maximum number of holes along that section, and we have same for both these. And then we have TDN 0.9 AN FU upon gamma mn, and now AN we have B minus 2 DH. So we have these two holes. So we have this will be first, and then we have this will be second. So we have minus 2 DH into T, and that will give us value of AN. FU we know, and from this I can calculate TDN, which will be 332.99 kilonewton. Now block shear strength we have to take. If we will remember the diagram, that is behind the angle section which we have seen, then we are going to be like this. And then we have to take this AVN, AVG and AVN along this length, and that value comes 1140, because 35 plus this distance 60 into 12. And for this we have to subtract hole. This will be full hole and this will be half hole. And area we are getting AVG and AVN. And similarly we have blue line along which we will calculate ATG and ATN. So we have this value distance, gauge distance, that we have 60 again. And then we are going to subtract for ATN one value of hole, that is half from this and half from this. And that will give us block shear strength, which will be 298.36 for A, and B we have 302.71, and we have TDB 298.36 kilonewton. So first we got value that is 354, then second we have 332, and third value we got as 298.36, we can say, or 37 kilonewtons. Now we can go second problem, where we have considered staggered bolt, and you can see we have gauge distance for this is 40, and we have pitch we have 40, and then gauge distance we have between the two bolts as 25 millimeters. Now edge distance we have 30 millimeters. So now we will go with again strength. We have yielding of cross section, rupture at critical section. We do not have block shear strength because not given clause for this staggered bolting in IS 800. And here we have to find out first A and C, and then we have different sections for this one. We have to consider sections and check it which section will give us minimum area. And this will be my first section, which is along these three bolts. So we have B minus 3DH into T, and then we will get this as 848 millimeters square. Now we can have another section. If we will see, we can go section likewise. And this section we have 4 bolts. So we will calculate this, but here we have staggered bolting, and then we have 2 inclined lines. So we have to consider this. So we have pitch 40 and gauge distance we have 20. And by using this, so 2, I already mentioned, we have this will be 1 distance crossed inclined line, and this will be another one. So this comes value as 2, and we will get this value as 960 mm square. Now you can go to the third section, and in this third section our 5 bolts are going to be cut by this section, and therefore we have to take 5 bolts, and that will give. Now this 4 we are going to get. Why 4? So we have this as one inclined line, second inclined line, third, and then fourth. And from this I will get this as 1072 millimeters square. So A and C value we have minimum of these three, which will be 848 millimeters square. So now first we have TDG, and from knowing all these values, we will get TDG as 290.91 kilonewton, which will be first one. Now rupture at critical section, this will be AN value 848 mm square, and substituting these values, we are going to get TDN 250.33 kilonewtons, and minimum of the two, we have tensile strength of this plate, which will be 250.33 kilonewtons. So in this way, we can solve the problems related with your plates. For these, actually, I referred Narayanan, and then we have a book that is Dugal, then we have Bhavikatti. So these books I have referred, and by using these books, I have solved these problems. Then we can go to the next, which will be analysis of angle section. Then we have 175.6, and problem is solved by connecting 100 mm leg and 75 mm. That is longer and shorter. Aim is to see which connected leg will give more strength. So now in this one, we have given that 5 bolts of 16 millimeter, pitch is given 50, and end distance is given as 40 millimeters. Now we have to calculate yielding of gross section, rupture at critical section, and block shear strength, and minimum we have to take as strength of the angle section. So first we have connected 100 millimeter leg. So now we know AG value of the angle section is 1010 mm square. F5 we have 250, gamma MO 1.1 gives 229.55 kilonewton value of TDG. Now go to rupture at critical section. Now first part is easy one, second part we have AGO Fy upon gamma MO, and this is for your outstanding leg. Now we have this outstanding leg as 75. Now how to calculate this value? So for this, which is connected leg, our value of A and C, and that will we are going to get, this is equal to, now if I will consider this as D, then I will get it as D minus T by 2 minus NDH. Here N is not number of bolts, but N we have, that is number of rows of the bolts. So we have, this will be N into DH and whole into T. So N, keep in mind, N is not number of bolts, it is number of rows of the bolts, and we have one only over here. And if we will go to AGO, and that AGO we have, that is equal to, now I will say this is equal to B. So I will get this value as B minus T by 2 into T. So B minus T by 2 into T. So likewise, we are going to get this value of AGO, value of A and C. Now why we are taking minus T by 2? So we have this portion of the thickness, this area which is common to both, and therefore we have taken half area with this connected leg and half area with outstanding leg, and therefore we have this minus T by 2. And now we have calculated this value in this way, and getting these values of ANC, AGO, WT already I mentioned is 0.53 to 0.57, and we are going to consider value as 55 millimeters. So BS, that is for bolted connection, we know W plus WT minus T, and that we have calculated, which will give us 120 millimeter. And LC, we know distance between the end bolts, center to center distance between the end bolts. Now beta we have calculated by substituting all the values which we have calculated, and that will give me value of beta as 1.06, which is between 0.7 to 1.44. And by using this, I have calculated TDN value, which gives us 244 kilonewtons. Now we will switch over to block shear strength, where we have to find TDB and TDB2, and now we have to calculate. Now here you can see this LC, if you will consider. So LC, we are going to be distance between center to center distance between the end bolts. So this is your value of LC. So this is L suffix C, length of connection. And that we are going to get it as 200. So now we will calculate TD-B1 and TD-B2. So AVG and AVN we have along red line and then along blue line, as we have calculated in case of your plates also. So we have calculated AVG, we have calculated AVN, and knowing this ATG, ATN are also calculated, and by substituting these values, so we have A part TD-B1, I can say, B part we have TD-B2, and minimum of these two we are going to get as TDB value, that is block shear strength, and minimum of the 1, 2, 3 that will gives me tensile strength of the angle section, which I got as 223.96 kilonewton, which is for your block shear strength. Now we will switch over to the gusset plate. We have connected 75 mm leg. So change we are going to get in this first part. We do not have any change value as it is 229.55 kilonewton. In second, now you can see I have connected this 75 mm leg to the plate. And therefore, what changes we are going to get in this one? AGO is going to be changed. ANC is going to be changed. And then beta is going to be changed. ANC now we have in this way. AGO we have in this way. And then WT we have 40. And then BS we are going to get value as 130 millimeters. So now you can see this ANC is going to be reduced, and your ANC is multiplied by FU, and AGO is multiplied by FY. We have FY, we value is 250, and then FU value we have, that is 410, and therefore my value reduces because we have ANC value less as compared to longer leg connected, and therefore it is preferable to connect longer leg to the gusset plate. And then beta value also you can see it is reduced. Now beta value that is reduced because your W is 100 over here, in that case that is 75. Here your BS value is increased, there we have 120, here we have 130, and therefore my this term increased, which automatically reduced my beta value, and therefore again your value of the TDN that is going to be reduced, and it comes to 214.69 kilonewton. Now if we will go to the block shear strength also, that values are reduced because of this ATN and ATG. Now your AVG and AVN, if you will see, these are related with your distances along the stress line, and that are not going to be changed. But the values, that is ATG and ATN, these values are changed because my this distance is going to be changed. These values, if we will see, then these values are also going to be reduced. So we have 235, 210.32, there we got 223.9697 likewise, and here therefore minimum we have 210.32 kilonewton, which will gives me the tensile strength of the member when shorter leg is connected. Now another problem we have considered, that is with welded connection. Now in welded connection, I already mentioned we did not require to go for your block shear strength, but I have calculated in this by assumption because nothing is clearly given in IS 800. So here we have connected 100 millimeter leg to this, and first part is simple one as it is, no change. Then rupture at critical section is going to be in this way. Now here we have ANC, no holes are deducted from this, and therefore ANC we got 950, and AGO we have 700 millimeters square. So here we have simply D minus T by 2 into T and B minus T by 2 into T. Now if we will go to beta value, then in this we are going to be with BS and LC. Now BS, that is directly your outstanding leg in this one, because we have seen in welded connection, and LC, if we will see, that is length of the connection. So I have taken this as maximum. Now we have scope, we can consider 120 plus 50 by 2, or we cannot go for lesser, that is 50. So 120 plus 50 by 2, we are going to get this value that is going to be larger one. If your LC is larger one, then your this value that is going to be reduced and beta will be more, and that will be not your critical value, and therefore I have taken maximum of the two welding length over here. And then from this I will get this value as TDN for 60.21 kilonewton. Now I can go to the third. Now here we have actually scope that I can go. So we have this actually 120 millimeter, we have this as 100, and we have this as 50. Now in this, for ATG, ATN, we have to go for this, both are same. And for AVG, we can go 120 plus 50 by 2. Yeah. That is 170 into thickness 10. And for ATG AN, then we have that will be 100. We have this wavelength that is 100 into 10. And this value comes much more, and therefore this block shear strength is not required. And minimum of the three we are going to get tensile strength, and that is we have 375 kilonewton. Then we have one problem, that is of equal angle section. Now just I will show, as your number of bolts increases, automatically your strength increases, because your value of beta increases. As value of beta increases, so TD N also increases, and definitely TDB and TD B1 and B2, these are increases because of this AVG ATG value. So when your connection have more number of bolts, in that case your failure criteria will not be your block shear strength, and that generally goes to your yielding of cross section. Now you can see over here we have 432.5 kilonewtons, that AVG Fy upon gamma MO rupture at critical section. Now you can see we have number of row 120 mm bolts. So ANC, AGO, WT we have likewise, and then BS we will got as 145 millimeters. Now WT we have taken 55, so we have for AVG we have to take 45 millimeter as length, and we have calculated value of beta by using all this, and that will be 1.18, and value of TDN we got as 470.27 kilonewton. And then go for block shear strength. So we have here that is 300 plus 50, so we have 350 into T, and then we have to subtract bolts. So how many bolts? So we have to subtract. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 bolt we have to consider half only, because we have till center. So 5.5. So you can see we have likewise calculated, that is 5.5 over here. So because last bolt center we have to consider. And ATG, ATN we have calculated, and then we are going to get this value much larger. And then our TDB value is 492.57, and tensile strength we have 865, but as we have double angle section, so 2 into 432.5 kilonewtons, and that comes 865 kilonewtons. So here we have yielding of cross section as the failure criteria. Now we have two problems of design, that in first we have 500 kilonewton double angle, and 3 cases we have considered: opposite side of gusset plate, same side of gusset plate, and bolts are tag bolts are not provided. So in the case of IS 800 2007, we do not have any effect, only in opposite side of gusset plate. If we require 5 bolts, then in case of same side of gusset plate it becomes nearly double. Reason, because in case of opposite side of gusset plate our failure is due to double shear, and in case of same side of gusset plate that failure is due to single shear, because we know we have connection. If we will see, then we are going to be connection like this. So I have this will be double angle, and that will be on opposite side of gusset plate, and therefore when we will consider this bolt, so we have failure is in this way. So failure we have here, and failure we have over here. But if I will go on same side of gusset plate, then in this case, if we will see this one, so we are going to be in this fashion. So that is same side of gusset plate. So we are like this, and this will be my plate, and we have this will be bolt, and then we have failure that is only in one plane, and then we are this will be single shear. So number of bolts required are more, that is double around. and that will be the change. Tag bolts actually we are using to make a member as one, means we are going to connect two members, and at connection actually we are going to connect it, but between the connections of the two trusses, if I will say, and in that case that member will not act as a single if we are not going to provide tag bolts. But in case of IS 800 2007, these tag bolts you consider, you provide or do not provide, we are going to find the strength of a single angle section and multiply it by 2, because members act individually. But in IS 800 1978, your value of the our formulas for member as one, that is one member with two angle sections, and if tag bolts are not provided, they will act as individual, and strength for individual and strength for combine are different one, and therefore that affects in IS 800 1978, not in your IS 800 2007. And now here we have first case, angles are on opposite side. Now we have calculated AGR required. Now how we are with this formula? So we know formula for TDG. If you remember this formula just we have seen, then we have TDG is equal to AGFY upon gamma M. So I will write over here the formula. So by this formula we can see how we have rearranged the terms. So we have this will be upon gamma M. And now you can see this, I have just made the changes. This TDG I have considered as T. And by this I will get AG required, I will made it as T gamma MO upon Fy. And from this I will calculate value, that is 2200 millimeters square. And then we have decided the angle section, or considered the angle section for 1100 mm square, which will be 9068. Now area provided required is 1100. We have provided 1137. Then we have to go for design of sections, because we have to now determine the strength of this angle section, and that strength should be greater than the load acting on it, that is factorial load, which is 500 kilonewton. And now we will use 20 millimeter diameter bolts. So now we know on opposite side of gusset plate we have double shear, and these formulas and everything we have seen in connections. You can go over there, so I will not explain this. So this NN ANB, that is in your threads. So this will be actually NSASB. So when we have S, that will be in shank, and when we have N, that will be in threads. And when we have that is in threads, our value of area becomes 0.78 of ASB. And then we have VDSB value, we got 103.31 kilonewton, which will be first value. And then we will find that is bearing. We know that is 2.5 kb dt FUB, and kb we have four formulas we have to consider, four criteria we have to consider. One is end distance, second pitch, third is FUB upon FU, fourth is 1. And we have to take minimum of this, which will be 0.53. And then we have substituted, which will give us 77.57 kilonewton. So bolt strength is minimum of this, and we have 77.57. Now number of bolts we have, that is factorial load upon bolt strength, and we got this as 6.45. That is 7 bolts we have to provide. You can see the figures. We have provided these 7 bolts. Now strength of the angle section is list of the 3. We have yielding cross section, rupture at critical section, and block shear strength. Now we just go fast, because we know AG, and by this we have calculated TDG. Now TDN we can calculate. Now need not require to explain it. Already we have solved 3 problems from this, and we have this BS value. Then we can go value of beta. Beta we have 1.3, and this will give TDN 283.51 kilonewton. And then we have TDB1, TDB2, and these values, if we will see, we are going to get these values, that is AVG, AVN, ATG, ATN, gives us TDB A for 362 kilonewton and B 423, and minimum we have 362.41 as your block shear strength. Tensile strength is minimum of the 3, and we have that will be due to TDG, which is 258.41, as we have double angle section, so that will be 516.82 kilonewton, greater than 500 kilonewton, therefore safe. And then last problem, just already I have mentioned this failure of bolts are single shear or bearing, and number of bolts required are double that of angle section, and strength of the section remains same in most of the cases. Now tag bolts I already mentioned, so this is given in book of Design of Steel Structure by Narayanan, and there that is mentioned your value that is nearly same if you provide tag bolts or do not provide tag bolts. Now last problem we have, that is with welded section. So AGR required. Now this part we have same, we have provided 150/75 with 1750 millimeter square. We have considered 6 millimeter weld size. Thickness of the angle is 8, so we are going to be with 6. Minimum we have 3 millimeter. Now this will gives me weld strength per millimeter, and that value we have 795.35 kilonewton. Now already we have seen this how to calculate values of L1 and L2. We have taken moment about L1, and that will gives us value of L2 164.71 millimeters. We will provide 165 millimeters. Now we can go total length of the weld required, which will be force upon your weld strength per millimeter gives us 471.49 millimeters, and we have to go for L1 as 306.49, and that will provide 310 millimeter. Now strength of angle section is list of the following. Here we are not going to consider block shear strength. So yielding we have simple one greater than 375. Rupture at critical section we do not have any votes. Then W we have that is equal to outstanding leg. BS equal to outstanding leg, actually 75 millimeter. LC we have taken average of the two, and then we have calculated value of beta. We have calculated value of TDN. This we are going to be greater than, the minimum is 397.73 kilonewton, which is 375 kilonewton. So we are with these tension members. So remaining part that we will see for this, that is in design of steel structure, which is compression member, in next video. So thank you very much.